alternate between that spot and this spot. So you need to get it done in like a minute, at least, at most, I think. Some problems take longer than others, but number one's pretty quick.
So do we just put yes or no?
Yep.
Where's graphic paper at? Where's the umbrella?
Kind of missed.
Is that supposed to be like 1-1? You missed.
Do you want to know where it meets? Or
Oh, we're supposed to write that exactly the way you got.
You're not.
are you supposed to tell you where they meet?
Okay, Jasmine, and then we don't hear a lot chatting, or anybody else, but I hear you two now.
So on number 2, what do we do?
Shh.
You say where it is.
What is the solution to the system? How do we do it?
Okay. Wait, where they meet 2?
You say where they meet. Yes, you need to know that. That's how you solve by graphing. Okay, number 1, did it work in both of them?
No.
Oh, yeah, yes it does.
I think it was a yes. Which one do you think it
Yeah,
didn't
the
work
first
in?
one's a
So the
yes.
second
They're
one.
both yes.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's a yes. It's a
No,
yes.
it's not. How does it work on the first one?
1 minus 6 is negative.
I did 3 plus 1, so it's stupid.
Okay. Any questions on 1? Okay, number 2 is right there. 3 is solved by graphing. I should probably write that down.
I just did the number 1 again, and I got a different answer.
It should work in both of them. Okay. Do 2x plus y
Equals 3.
It's not the same thing I did last time, was it?
No.
Let's
Wait,
do
is it?
x minus 2y. Kind of forgot what I was thinking of. I got negative 5 again. Oh, yeah.
Are you supposed to like solve by elimination or substitution?
So which one are we doing?
It's all one problem. Don't tell me you forgot this entire chapter. Okay, number 3 is solved by graphing.
I
Oh,
just don't know which problem.
It's one problem.
don't you have to get the y?
2 lines, one problem, just like number 2.
Don't you have to get the y by himself?
Yes.
Do we use any method that we want to?
No, solved by graphing. Yep.
Well,
No.
No.
But if you're chatting all hour, I'm not gonna give you points.
Jake was telling us we have to turn in the review at the end of the hour.
No, I don't want it.
So I'm writing this for nothing?
solve for y, so it's in slope
It's
intercept
like
form.
messy, is the bottom one like messy?
Yeah, there's a fraction on it. Guess that was a little bit meaner than, the actual test doesn't have fractions, so. Should still work though.
Wait, so I'm sure you have to put where they meet.
So do you go up 2 and then, cause I got 5 over 2.
Mr. Jordan, they don't meet. They don't, yeah, they don't meet. They don't.
You gotta be careful when you graph it. Right.
Yes. Should be,
Yeah, that's what it is. Yes. You did a negative.
Oh, so it's easier if you just turn it to 2 and then
5 halves is the same thing as 2 and a
I
half.
did a touch.
right in the middle of 2 here.
So,
did you get -2,
-5 with the slope of -2, so down 2 right 1 or up 2 left 1?
Yeah, that's what I did wrong. Wait, I didn't.
No.
I did it to 100, guys.
Wait, Mr. Jordan, can you first go up and down, then
So
side
far,
to
we got
side?
100 seconds class.
Yeah, the x values left and right,
Okay.
so that would be first, left and right. Okay, yeah, 5 halves is 2 and a half. So you start up at 2 and a half right there. Like I said, the one on the test actually is not a fraction, so hopefully that you won't screw that up. So the slope is 1/2, so you go up 1 and over 2, but we need to meet, so I'm gonna go backwards, down 1, back 2, down 1, back 2, so you can kind of see they meet right there.
Try to be quiet.
Very friendly.
How did you?
So they meet at the negative
Oh,
3, 1.
you're there, yeah.
So where do they meet at?
Negative 3, 1.
Negative 3, 1. How, how can we check our answer?
Why don't you plug it back in?
If you plug it, just like number 1, if you plug it in both of them, it should work on both of them.
Okay.
That goes for, not just for the graphing problems, but for all these problems. Negative 3, 1 is where you should have them meet.
On number 2 or number 3?
Number 3.
Okay.
Number 2, I didn't draw this picture very well, but this is supposed to be 2, -1. Okay. Actually I'm going to switch to, the directions for this one are graph the system of inequalities. This is number 4. Graph system. What's inequalities?
Like where you shade where the,
Greater than, less than.
Greater than, less than. Okay. Let's do x plus y is less than or equal to -3, and -2x minus y
graph
is
that.
greater than or negative.
So -x minus 3, and then 2x minus 1.
get this to y by itself, right?
You gotta get y by itself.
Then it would be negative y is greater than negative 2x minus 1, but then how do you get rid of
How do you get rid of the minus 2x on this side?
oh, plus I meant.
Plus 2x.
But then you have to divide by negative
When you
1.
divide by negative 1, the signs and the inequality all switch.
Y negative 2x? No, wait.
Mr. Jordan,
Yeah,
whenever you switch like the and for the like signs,
yeah,
like the positive becomes negative.
yeah.
So it would be y is less than negative 2x plus 1.
I mean, it's just in my head. I want to see how many numbers it takes up to fill this whole thing.
And it's hard to write that.
Oh, so I did it right. That's nice.
Okay, so I got this for the first one, and that for the second one.
Which way did you go
Mr. Jordan, should you get something kind of like this?
What's negative 7?
Well, let's see. So, where do I start to graph this first one?
Minus 3.
Down 3. So, down 3 right there. Where do I go?
Down 1.
Down 1, over 1. Down 1, right 1. Is the line solid or dashed?
Solid.
Where do I start the other graph? Up 1. Where do I go from there?
Down to right.
Down to right 1. So they don't meet until the bottom of the graph, on my graph anyway. Is that line solid or dashed?
Dash.
Okay, is this a shading problem?
Yeah.
Yes. So on my first line it says y is less than, and on my second line it says y is less than. What does that mean? Below both of them. So this picture isn't that good because they don't cross yet, but if they did cross, it'd be right there. So anyway, it's where they're below both of them, so it's not the best example, but
Are we giving it? Oh, wait.
usually on your graph you should see a four-way intersection, right? And you color in one of those 4 sections. This is a four-way intersection, you just can't see it because it's at the bottom of the graph. What?
Are we gonna be able to make notes? You should give us a note card
For what?
for the test. Like we can like write.
Like write how to do it on a note card?
No, like we should get a note card for the test. Like so we can.
Like you can use a note card?
Like
on
teach
it?
it. Right, like teach it.
Nah, I want you to have this stuff in your
Oh,
head.
we only do it for science because she doesn't really care if we know the math.
Well, I let you guys do it on the semester final, but
We did.
yeah, didn't I let you
Well,
guys
you
do
did, you
it?
did a full
Well,
page.
apparently we could have a page of notes in English, but I didn't know that. So anyway.
Okay, I am not gonna write this one down because it would take too long. It's a word problem. So let me make it up. Let's say Josh is 8 years older than Jill. Okay. Yeah, it should be Jack and Jill. Josh is 8 years older than Jill. So you need to write something down to represent that. It's the first part of the problem. Josh is 8 years older than Jill.
So 8 minus j.
Okay,
Or J plus 8 equals whatever joules.
let's see. Twice Jill's age increased by Josh's age. Twice Jill's age increased by Josh's age is 47. Twice Jill's age increased by, I should have maybe used different letters for the first name. Anyway, twice Jill's age, you might call it J-I and J-O. Twice Jill's age increased by Josh's age is, what did I say, 47?
Yeah.
47. Okay, so what's the first thing I said? I kind of forgot.
J plus 8 equals.
Josh is 8 years older than Jill.
I put J plus 8 equals whatever joules.
Well, what does J stand for? That's kind of vague. That's why.
Josh. And I put X for Jill.
Okay, there's more than one way to write it. You could say Josh minus 8 equals Jill because he's older, right? Josh minus 8 would equal Jill if he's, it's kind of like subtracting 8 on both sides. But this is one way to write it. This goes with how I said it. Josh is 8 years older than Jill. That's kind of how I said it. And then my second one was twice Jill's age. Increased by Josh's age, right? Is, what was it? I forget again. 47. You guys get that part? And then you solve. Okay, part of the problem isn't just figuring out their ages, it's being able to write the equations and use substitution.
So could you put in?
What's the easiest way to do this? Josh is equal to all that, right?
Yes.
So just put that in for Josh. Substitution.
We love it.
So the bottom line becomes 2 times Jill plus, instead of Josh, 8 plus Jill.
So we can add the 2 Jill's where we get 3 Jill. And you
Looks
can,
weird with the extra letters.
then you can add it.
What's 2 Jill plus Jill?
3 Jill.
3 Jill. 3 times Jill's age plus 8 equals 47. Now I've got a basic
Minus it.
minus 8
It's Harry. No, it's fine.
39.
is 39. Is Jill 39?
No, divided by 3.
Divided by 3.
Be tied with old.
That means the other one is 13. Jill's 13. Josh is 20. Josh is 20.
It's kind of like 38 off the review. They kind of just tell you what you're writing right now. Jill's 13. How old would Josh be then?
21.
Yeah, plus 8, so 21. Okay. Let's say we are flying to Chicago with a tailwind and we average 200 miles an hour. Flying to Chicago with a tailwind and we average 200 miles an hour.
Distance, rate.
Okay, that's not a distance
Isn't
problem.
it R plus W?
Right, that was one of the basic problems. I didn't give you a distance. I just said we're going with the tailwind and we're going 200 miles an hour. So what's the equation for that?
200 equals R plus W.
Right. With the wind, and the rate with the wind is, I forgot, 200. Okay, then we head back, and let's say we were only going 140 miles an hour.
R equals R minus W.
R minus W You guys remember doing these problems?
Yeah,
Yes.
they weren't the hardest.
So against the wind, we were only going 140. So the question is, what's the normal rate of the plane, and then what's the wind speed?
You do
So in other words, just solve for R and W. What's the easiest way to do this?
2 lines.
Add the two lines together.
So it's 2R.
340.
Divided with 1
Equals 170. So the rate of the plane without you is 170. So then the wind speed is 30.
Ta-da. All right. We're done with the word problems. We're done with the graphing. So all we have left, what? Oh, you didn't finish it? Divide by 2. R is 170.
That's it?
Do we have to figure out what that?
No,
Plug-
now we're doing other things.
Yes,
Oh,
you do.
okay, sorry.
Plug in 170. 170 plus what is 200?
That was it.
No,
30.
we're done with the word problems and graphics.
Okay, so what we still have left is elimination, substitution. What we did most of the time.
Mom, I have, can we do one that's like, where there's y equals y?
Yeah, we're gonna start with substitution.
Cause I got that one wrong on the paper, the y equals.
Let's do. Okay. Oh gosh, we need to hurry. This class is way too short.
We can always use tomorrow instead of a test.
No way.
That's on Wednesday.
I'd rather not do that. We usually.
Is the test just like how long is it, like front back?
It's like everything we're doing now.
Okay, so like,
Mom.
So what we do today is what's really gonna be on the
who's
test.
recording?
Just training.
Is the test just front and back?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like history or other things.
Okay, solve using substitution. What number is this?
7.
7.
And 8 will say same thing for 8. Girls, I want you trying.
What's with the parentheses and arrows on setting?
That's how you do substitution.
Because C equals that, so you can just plug it in for C.
Is 8 substitution or elimination?
So both are substitution.
Can what you do is minus x and then get y by itself, and then you can put y into the 3 times y.
This thing fit on the basket. I've worn my house.
Is it better? Can you minus x on the bottom, and then can you, when you solve it,
You could, but it'd probably be easier just to add y.
oh, and then you can just put it to x.
How bad is it?
Alright, did you guys get number 7?
So, but it doesn't divide even.
If you add 39,
It's just 30.
you get 48. Divided by 4.
But that's a negative. No, it's not. 6b equals 12.
Right there.
Oh, I forgot to do that.
It fits you so well.
Yeah.
You need to have that.
I do have that haircut. Thank you.
So I got D is 12. Then what? Plug that in right there. D minus 13 is C. So 12 minus 13,
Negative 1.
-1. What's Lydia, what's good first step for number 8?
I have no idea.
I have a good,
Okay, Marianne.
plus y.
Okay, shh. Hey. Right, we need to get an equation that says x equals or y equals. So if we add y, then we'll have an equation that says x equals. X equals -5 plus y, or you could call it y minus 5. So then you can take what x is equal to and replace x in the other equation. So the top equation becomes 2y minus 5 plus 3y equals 25. Then it's just like the bottom equation from there.
How many are we doing?
We need to do 4 more.
Oh, to do the elimination.
You can do a couple elimination
Yeah, it's
and
like
2 year ones.
I want
Okay.
to do eliminations.
Wait, did you mind?
Whoa, I'm not done with the.
Oh, I wasn't done either. You guys
I wasn't
finish
done.
it on your own. Okay, the next two, 9 and 10, are for elimination. So we'll do one easy one and one not as easy.
So painful.
It's huge. Try it. It's like pulling it down. His mom's gonna get home. Do you want it back down?
Yeah, elimination.
No.
Is this still substitution?
What is this filth?
You may use elimination on this. Hooray.
Isn't it
I love
elimination?
eliminations. Eliminations like my favorite.
Whoops, I didn't mean to do that one.
I don't like elimination.
But you did.
Can't you just add them?
Yeah, on number 9, you can just add them together, right?
If I get rid of the x's,
Because I would get rid of the x's. So 1y plus -3y,
Negative 2.
9 plus 13,
That means y equals.
y is -11. Plug that back in to the top equation, you get 2x minus 11 equals 9.
So x is
So you add 11, get 20, 20 divided by 2 is 10. Okay, what would be the first step on number 10?
multiply the top times 2.
Top times,
What if you just do bottom by -2?
I did
Or we just
Okay.
do bottom by -2.
Oh.
top times -2 would get rid of the y's, right?
But bottom by negative.
Bottom times -2 would get rid of the x's.
so it just depends whatever you do.
So if I did the top times -2, don't forget to multiply everything by -2 on top. You get that? You can go the other way, it doesn't matter. You'll get the right answer both ways. Add the lines together. -3x and -12.
I didn't get time to write it down yet.
I know.
All applies.
Ew, don't do that. I don't like how my faster's writing and I'm getting there. Every time, any other time, I'm slow as slow.
Yeah, then you are gonna lose your points for a day, okay? Huh? Drawing, not working. Alright, so divide by -3 and we get x is 4. Plug 4 back into one of these, so you get 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 4 is 8. 8 plus y equals 15. So what would y have to be?
7.
7.
Whoa.
So
I
x
think that's kind of crazy.
y is 7. Alright, now we gotta do the 2 weird ones.
That's kind of crazy.
Which one?
Are these the
Are we
last
still doing
two?
substitution and elimination?
Yeah. I thought
You
you
can use, on this, you can use whatever method you want.
Did you go Y?
Oh, fabulous.
And it says.
What number is this, 10, 11?
Yeah, it's 11.
English.
Okay, number 11's up.
Why is this one weird?
Solve in whatever method you want.
So I can do substitution.
Oh, I see why. It's a no solution.
What's the number on 11?
Wait, they cancel out both of them.
That means it's a no solution.
It's either no solution or what? Or
Infinite. So can you help me on 12? I don't understand 12.
11 and 12.
No, yeah, I don't understand 12. I was just gonna put infinite solutions, but I don't understand. Well, how do you know? Could be another no solution. Well, I said I don't know. It's one
You
I-
can solve 12 normally. Braden. If you just add 3y over to this side, it'll be 4x plus 3y.
It's the exact same thing.
The exact same thing. Okay,
So it's infinite solution.
yeah, on number 11, did you guys multiply the top by -2?
Yeah, it's negative. That's no solution.
So, and you add the lines together, you should get 0 equals -26.
It's no solution.
No solution.
What is it? No, that's no solution.
Okay,
Wait, no, that's 4x equals.
what's the best way to do number 12?
You do plus 3y.
Okay, if you add 3y, it'll be on the left side and you can line it up like this. So add 3y,
Then divide by -1.
add 3y. So you get, on the top, 4x plus 3y equals 7, but on the bottom, 4x plus 3y equals
7.
7. Okay, if you subtract both lines, what do you get? 0 equals 0. So what does that mean? Means no matter what you plug in, well, that's not true. There's an infinite number of things that are going to work.
It's not really infinite,
Not
it's just a
all.
bunch.
No, it is infinite. There's an infinite number of things that won't work also, because you have 2 variables.
Did I just spell infinite wrong?
Like 1, is a solution. It's one of the infinite number of solutions. But 1, 2 is not a solution.
You wrote it all over my head.
Huh?
Yours was way bigger than mine.
Who said that?
Wait, Leo, which behind all yours? Leo did it out of nowhere. I wasn't even doing it.
So,
I wasn't even doing it till Leo did it.
11 is
Me, I think I'm blind.
the sum of, what is sum mean? What is sum mean? What are we adding? Twice the number and 3 times,
Ish.
twice the
Big
number.
boy.
Yeah. And 3 times the second number.
Frick you. Frick you.
Hey, 8th grade boys, I don't want you hanging around in here. Go.
Trying to.
They love it too much, man.